Maybe I'm crazy, but Pod Tom did not make an appearance at this year's Met Gala.
I did not I thought he looked weird. It was real Tom?
It was real Tom. If you don't know what we're talking about, we'll explain later.
No, you got to explain yourself because it was teetering.
I have a great explanation for it.
Okay, please.
You will agree with me when we get to that.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe maybe I'm not.
Welcome to the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast. I'm Joy Taylor. That's Brandon the Sailor Newman.
I'm Newman. Met Gala. Speaking of Met Gala, camp was the theme. So I'm just like in camp mode. And to explain you what camp is, I can't. But it's about challenging the eye aesthetically versus like pleasing it.
I have gray cheetah sweatpants on.
Hey, that's camp.
How is that?
That's camp.
Camp is basically like the biggest exaggeration of whatever it is you're doing.
Right. So I had the shirt on, but I was like, it would be crazy with the shirt, the hat that I don't wear because it looks
It's
stupid.
like not quite a costume.
Right.
But it's like, what is that? It's not a costume. Like they're literally wearing that.
It's camp.
Right. That's how that's in my mind. That's what I
Brought to us
interpret it
by
as.
drag queens, I'm told.
Correct.
Yes.
So, anyway, Met Gala was last night, so we'll talk about that. A lot of athletes there wearing the extensive fashion. And Pod Tom did not make an appearance this year, as I mentioned. The Lakers are going to have a new coach this week. We will talk about all of the NBA playoff action going on right now. Durant possibly to the Knicks. There is a very, very, very important movement happening in the fast food arena.
Yes.
That impacts all of us.
Yes.
In a very important way.
Socially driven.
Yes, it is. Sometimes social media can be terrible.
A lot.
An awful place. And every once in a while, it gives us one shiny beat of light, just from the corner of the darkness.
Right.
That reminds us that there is some humanity left.
Yes. And then sometimes it's fake because it's what was the little kid's name? He was getting beat up and then looked into it. His mom was actually, you know what I mean? Sometimes they fake us out with the glimmer of light. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I try not to be that pessimistic.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. It happens. Yeah. Kentucky Derby got it all wrong. We will talk about Game of Thrones and just pettiness all around Cleveland, which is pretty standard. Right. But let's get started with the Lakers. So, Monty Williams took the Phoenix Suns job. So, Phoenix has a new head coach.
Congrats.
For now. They will get a... What do you mean?
I was just acknowledging the shots with a laugh.
They have had a lot of head coaches.
Yes.
Since Robert Sarver has been the owner. And that's not including their full staffs.
Right.
They've gone through a lot of people.
Yes.
So good luck to Monty Williams.
And goats, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird story. But you are right. They had goats in the building as well. Anyway, so he is not going to be the head coach of the Lakers. The Lakers interviewed him, Juwan Howard, Jason Kidd, and obviously Ty Lue has been in the conversation since really this Luke Walton moved on.
Right.
And I've always maintained that Ty Lue should be the new head coach of the Lakers for multiple reasons. But the main reason is you signed LeBron James to a 4-year deal. In my mind, you've already given the franchise to LeBron James. Yeah. It sounds nice that you're going to just recreate the wheel and LeBron's just going to fall in line, and it makes no sense. It never did. This is LeBron James' franchise for the time being. For the next 4 years, all you need to do is focus on putting everything possible into making this situation successful. LeBron is a short-term solution. We know that. He has played for the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Miami Heat, and the Los Angeles Lakers. He is not something you build your franchise around, okay? He's about winning. He's about getting championships. So if you like winning and you like getting championships, you have LeBron James, and then you put the pieces around him to make that successful. So why would you not get Ty Lue? Now, your pushback is going to be, okay, well, all of a sudden now this is LeBron's franchise and free agents aren't going to want to come here. And, Ty Lue is just, he's just going to do whatever LeBron says and he doesn't really have any credibility and you don't want to make this Cleveland West. And, my response to that would be, what have the Lakers been doing in the last 6 or 7 years that you guys are feeling really good about? That you are above what happened in Cleveland. Because Cleveland, unlike the Lakers, has been in several finals over that time and won a championship over that time. The Lakers have not.
By the leadership of said Ty Lue.
Correct. And by the presence of LeBron James. Now, I get it. LeBron is at a different point in his career, and he did have his first major injury. Knowing LeBron James the way that we all do, he's going to dedicate whatever he needs to do to his body in the offseason. He has more time to recover for the first time in his career, or a very long time in his career. So there's that also. I have no doubt he's going to come back at whatever version of 100% of this LeBron James that he can give us. That said, Ty Lue is actually a qualified coach. As I mentioned, they won a championship. They did beat Golden State,
Right.
the greatest regular season NBA team of all time, in 7 games in Golden State, and held them to 89 points.
Down 3-1.
Down 3-1. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Because all these details matter. And listen, I'm with you. Like, the conversation around Ty Lue has always been LeBron really coaches the team. And we all, it's because we know LeBron makes all of the big decisions. Like, he's asked, and whatever his direction is, I'm sure if he's like ambiguous about it, like, whatever you want to do, then maybe they make the decision on their own.
Right.
But in general, he is making the big decisions. If he feels a certain way about it, the organization is going to go in that direction.
Hey, Cleveland in general, or are you talking about a LeBron team, period?
Cleveland.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
and now
yes.
this is what the Lakers should be doing. So, and this is why Ty Lue has kind of been discredited, but he is qualified for this job. Out of everyone that they interviewed or was discussed for this position, Jason Kidd to me is just a slightly better version of Luke Walton. So that doesn't
Amen.
solve any problems.
Yeah.
Juwan Howard, while I have a lot of respect for, and he has certainly earned the right to be interviewed and get a head coaching job,
Right.
hasn't been a head coach, and you are in an absolute win now situation.
Right.
So maybe he would be successful, but I don't know if he's the best option for this situation. Well, I do think he should get another head coaching job. And Monty Williams, who has been in the playoffs, he's been a head coach, but he hasn't had success in the playoffs.
Not with LeBron either.
Right. So Ty Lue is just the lock decision for me from the beginning anyway. But he is a good head coach. And to me, putting Ty Lue in place with LeBron James, it's pretty clear, at least to me, that they're going with Rob Pelinka as the head of the organization.
Yes.
Even though they haven't publicly said this is exactly what we're doing, which I wish they would do. Maybe they're just waiting until they get Ty Lue in place, and then they're all going to come out as a united front and say, this is the direction that we're going in, and these are our goals, and this is what we're changing, and just be transparent with the fan base, which is, I feel like, what the Lakers deserve. Lakers fans deserve.
That's the biggest problem with this whole thing, is that the Lakers fan base is begging for more transparency with LeBron when it's clear that the Lakers as a organization aren't offering LeBron that type of transparency. So and LeBron at this point in time in the mogul stage that he's in, his time and his words and his efforts are worth money. And he's not just giving out free press conferences every time something big happens with Lakers. He has to sit back and behave as if he's a fan or someone who's removed from the decision making, because that's the illusion that he likes to promote.
Right. He does like the image to be that he's actually not the one making the decisions,
Right.
even though we all know that he is. Except for the Magic situation, which is what you're referring to. So he came out on the shop this week. He had Lonzo Ball on the shop. So we can no longer say that there were no Lakers teammates on the shop.
Amen.
But it's good, actually. I liked seeing Lonzo with him.
It was so cool.
It was. And it was good to hear from Lonzo. You can tell that he is involved a lot. Anyway, LeBron and Lonzo, but specifically everyone's focusing on what LeBron said, because Lonzo was basically like, I don't know what that means. Like, we're going to party after this. LeBron basically said he was blindsided, which we all assumed was the situation because Magic told everyone, I blindsided everyone. I have not talked to anyone. I haven't even talked to Jeannie. And from the outside looking in, it's kind of like, I kind of feel you, like if you were mad at Magic, because Magic did bring him here. Like, he said it. I came here because of a conversation I had with Magic. That's deep. Because we all kind of make our own assumptions about when he made this decision and how he made this decision. Like, he said it, and there's no reason not to believe it. He may have been leaning that way, but sometimes you can be leaning fully into something that you want to do, and you just need that extra word of reassurance, like, this is what you should do.
But he also didn't put the ball all the way in Magic's court because he said, I decided to join the Lakers off a conversation I had with Magic. So you're right. It was pushing him towards all the way off the cliff, but he wants to articulate as well that he didn't come here because of Magic. He could have said that.
No, but it's what I'm saying. Like, he was leaning towards that decision, and sometimes you just need that extra word to get you to that spot.
Right.
And Magic was that for him, and we know that Magic and him had that big meeting. Now, it's been reported that they don't have any problems, because they're both grown men. I'm sure that they've had a conversation since then, and Magic apologized for and explained why he left. And that is that. And you're right, there is a lack of transparency, it appears, with everyone in the organization, and especially with LeBron, which they absolutely must fix. Yeah. But I do think that Ty Lue is the perfect glue for that situation. Because if everyone remembers correctly, Dan Gilbert doesn't have the best reputation with players, specifically LeBron, in Cleveland. So they haven't had a major amount of success before LeBron, when they had LeBron for a while, when they lost LeBron, and now they're back in the same situation they were in before. So the one thing that's continuous throughout that, much like the Suns, is the owner.
Comic Sans Dan.
Boom.
Shouts out.
Yes. By far my least favorite font.
My favorite font.
Oh.
Absolute favorite.
Impact? What about Impact?
I wrote an article in college, in grad school,
Cringeworthy.
that was in the magazine at Ball State, defending Comic Sans.
What's the Ball State magazine called?
Ball Bearings.
Is this a sitcom? What's happening?
Honestly, it's horrific.
I'll bring it in. I'll read it to you.
And especially with the tone. We could break down that. We could have a whole podcast.
You can't do that tone with the Comic Sans.
Breaking down only different portions of that letter.
You got to write with a smile on your face when you write.
We
Comic
give out
Sans.
a lot of podcast ideas on this podcast.
Yes, yeah, we got to do it.
Comic Sans, the modern version of that is like the lowercase capital. Like if you read Comic Sans, it would be the same voice that you read the lowercase capital.
I kind of get you. But he's talking crap about Comic Sans, so I can't really get behind him. But anyways, Lakers.
I'm with you because it's awful. But anyway, so Ty Lue knows how to manage a crazy situation. As we all know, Ty Lue had to take some time off because it got that crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that bad in Los Angeles. And I also think that it's more of a... Well, I don't think it's that bad in that I don't think that there is the type of dysfunction that's in Cleveland. Like, I don't think there are the egos to manage that were in Cleveland at the top.
That's fair.
Like, I think Jeannie is a genuinely nice person who's trying to find a way to make everyone happy, which is always a bad decision.
Genuinely doesn't know what she's doing, so she's not doing anything.
That's fine. I would also
okay
say most owners in most cities, most sports franchises have literally no idea what they're doing.
Right.
The difference is a good owner recognizes, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me hire the best person for this job and give them the opportunity to succeed or fail at what they do.
Right.
And that is what seems to be lacking here. And Rob Pelinka is going to have an opportunity to prove himself. Ty Lue is going to have an opportunity to figure out this situation. But I think he is the perfect go-between between all of this.
Right.
He's a former Laker. It's not like he's new to Los Angeles, which is a huge thing.
Yes.
If you have never lived in Los Angeles, if you have never been a part of this particular brand of air, it is an adjustment period for several years.
Yes.
Like, if you have not spent significant time here, brace yourself. It is not an easy place to transition to, and I don't care where you're from.
Yeah, and the good parts make it difficult as well. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like too much of a good thing, and
a lot of distractions.
Yeah, and my biggest problem with the Lakers fan base, because I think this is an issue, like when LeBron surpassed Jordan in scoring, and there was like a weird
golf clap
lull in the arena.
Right.
The Lakers, LeBron hasn't given anything more to the Lakers than Kobe has. Kobe's given championships. Lakers people don't believe in God. They have no faith. They have no faith in what they see in front of them. Cleveland, all they had was faith in LeBron to bring them a championship. And no one has faith in LeBron, and I am choosing to believe what I've seen over time, what LeBron James is capable of doing, what he is capable of doing when you give him something, because the Lakers haven't even given him what he needs to succeed, and we wasted a whole year on that. Thank God he just got injured so he can get some time to rehab his body in a real way. But the Lakers are asking for a lot, but they haven't given LeBron anything.
Right. And I'm kind of with you on that. There's a bit of arrogance to the fan base, which is earned for the most part, but it's been a little while. And
a long while.
And there's also just the lingering unfortunate feeling that they don't understand Kobe Bryant is not coming back. Kobe Bryant does not play for the Lakers anymore. It's done.
Yeah.
He is retired.
Yes.
He's happily retired.
He is.
Unless you come out to LA and ask your Uber driver, in which case he or she will tell you Kobe's coming back, LeBron's trash.
That is
he didn't
true.
want him in the first place.
You've had a conversation with someone who believes that Kobe Bryant is coming back to play basketball for the Los Angeles
Honestly,
Lakers.
I don't know if he
Uber
said
drivers.
those words exactly, but the way he spoke about the situation led me to believe that was his hope.
Yeah.
Like LeBron isn't universally loved here at all.
I'm just checking to make sure this is an actual fact, because I believe that there's a group of people that believe Kobe may come back and play basketball.
I've had conversations with them.
He's keeping his mind sharp with detail. He's ready.
Right, and then there's the group that thinks that Kobe might come back and be in the front office, which I don't think is a bad thing. I would not be against that, because clearly the Lakers have committed to keeping it in the family. So if you're going to do that, I mean, Kobe has shown that he is not afraid to be Black Mamba.
Nope.
Okay, and you need a little bit of that, and he's respected. So I wouldn't hate that. I would only hate it if it went the way it went for Magic.
Yeah.
Which I don't know that it would, because Magic and Kobe are just two different personalities entirely. Magic is the perfect go-between. He has the business energy and the connections and the people-to-people interaction that you cannot pay for. You can't go to school for.
Right.
That's why they call him Magic. Like, he comes in the room and everyone's like, I've got to know what this guy is doing.
Yeah.
He
I want to
introduces
be a part
himself
of
as
this conversation.
Irvin.
Yes,
He's wonderful.
He has an energy about him that brings people together. You can't pay for that. It's priceless.
Yeah, he runs businesses the way he played basketball.
Right,
Distribution,
and that works
smile on his face.
Right, and that works in a lot of businesses unless you have tampering situations, which is where we ran into trouble, because that's just not how there's things in place that prevent that from happening. So that's why it was never really the perfect situation for him, because that's a 30-year adjustment to being able to talk to and give advice to and welcome and have dinner with and have these relationships with people that all of a sudden have to change. So I'm not against the Kobe thing in the front office, but I just want to remind everyone Kobe's not coming back to play basketball, which is my original point. So based off what you're saying about LeBron, yes, Lakers fans need to wrap their arms around this current situation. LeBron is not going anywhere.
Nope.
Ty Lue is going to be the next head coach. Support that situation.
Yeah.
Recognize that they have to make more moves. They have to make this place a welcoming place for free agents. Like, you're not going to get Kevin Durant. Okay,
Yeah.
so we know that. All right, there's a possibility you could get Kawhi, Jimmy Butler,
Yeah. And honestly, look at Kawhi as
Kemba Walker. Like, there are a lot of free agents
Yeah.
out there.
No,
Chris Middleton.
Honestly,
Chris
Chris
Middleton's
Middleton,
balling right
and
now.
he's
Like,
getting
that's-
playoff experience right now.
Right.
And my thing is, watch
Kyrie.
Yeah, watch Kawhi, because people, it's like you don't see him and you forget. Watch Kawhi right now and remind yourself about when you didn't see LeBron going off in the playoffs this year, right? Because we didn't see Kawhi and people forgot that he was arguably the second best player in the NBA. LeBron, with some health, he's going to slim down. We're going to get people around him. He's actually going to lead things the way he used to. And with the Warriors dismantling as we speak right now in the playoffs, the West could be wide open next year.
It will be wide open next year because Kevin Durant is going to leave, and that is going to the way that LeBron leaving the East did shift the balance of power. It's going to even things out. There's a lot of young players still coming up that don't have the experience that LeBron has. It's not the worst situation to be in. Like there's been this feeling since LeBron came here that it's like we have to tolerate this. Like,
Yeah.
I've never understood it.
You can thank me now.
I've never understood it, and it has to change. Like, there's got to go back to this old school mentality of we're cool with being hated, we're cool with being the Los Angeles Lakers that everyone's jealous of. Just own that. Ty Lue's going to do the best job that he can do. He's had time off away from the stress and chaos of coaching in the NBA. Him and LeBron already have a relationship. There's no adjustment period for that. They're going to put people in place. They're already talking about hiring Tom Thibodeau and assembling the staff. They're going to put people in place who can develop the young players. They're going to get a free agent and figure it out. Everything's going to be cool, and we'll see what happens with Rob Pelinka. But in general, I'm glad that Ty Lue is going to be the one in this spot. I think it's the right position for him, and I am optimistic about the future of the Lakers. How's that?
Amen. Beautiful. You should be.
Right?
Hell of a comeback.
Shouldn't we all?
All the signs point to the Lakers being well and deep into the playoffs next year, because if we're looking at the Western Conference semi-final, whatever we're watching right now, a LeBron team with whoever he wants on that team could take care of those people in 7 series.
I don't know
7
about the
games.
Warriors.
No, not the Warriors. Yeah. The
Or
Warriors
the
distracted.
Rockets. I'm not sure about that.
We'll talk
either.
about them next.
Yeah. I don't know if they have something for Jokic in general. Damian Lillard's balling. But in general, I am optimistic about what they can do.
With it or quit it? With it? Quit it.
What?
With it. We about to turn up in this bitch.
All right. What am I winning or quitting today?
3 of the 4 NBA playoff series are tied 2-2, while Giannis and the Bucks are up on Kyrie's Celtics 3-1. That means Warriors Rockets, Sixers Raptors, Blazers Nuggets are all preparing for a very important Game 5. But we start off with the Warriors and Rockets. Joy, if the Rockets beat the Warriors in this series, we all lose. With it or quit it?
With it. With it.
So bad.
With it.
I can't root for the Rockets though.
Well, look, everyone calm down, okay? The Warriors are going to win the series. Everyone just relax. And we overreact to each game in a very emotional, over-the-top way, as we should, because that's the only way to watch sports. However, just calm down, because it's going to be fine. I don't know why everyone's panicking. I feel no panic. And neither does Draymond Green, and neither does Steve Kerr, and neither does Steph Curry. Everyone's like, yeah, we're cool. We're good. We've been here before. And they have, and they're going to win. And it's going to be fine. That said, I do like that the Rockets are finally doing what they should have been doing this entire series, which was super annoying from the beginning of the series with the complaining about the refs, which is make it a dogfight. Just make it ugly, because you're not going to out-finesse them, even though Steph Curry is doing his best job to miss every single three-pointer that he puts up.
Clay breaking everything.
Clay also not doing super good there. Harden has made 2 fewer three-pointers than Steph and Clay combined. That is not good. For anyone who's wondering.
Dang.
But they're going to be okay. They were also out-rebounded by the Rockets 98-72 in games 3 and 4. So they're not doing what they need to be doing. Like the signs there are obvious. Make more three-pointers, get some rebounds. It's going to be fine. Because even though the Rockets bullied them around in this last game, they still were right there at the end. All Kevin Durant has to do is make that three-pointer, and he gets a rebound, and Steph can make a three-pointer, and we're tired of going to overtime.
No, the entire game you're waiting for the Rockets, or waiting for the Warriors to just have that 12-0 run and win the game, and that never happened, and that's why this Warriors team feels different than any of the Warriors teams we've seen in the past 4 years.
And at no point in that game did I feel like, oh, this is over.
Right.
At no point. And I still don't feel like the series is over. And Steve Kerr talked about it. Like he said they have a lot of middle linebackers on that team. They're sturdy, and we look like volleyball players. And he's right.
They look like middle linebackers.
Elegant.
It's true.
Listen,
PJ Tucker's
volleyball can be a very violent sport.
Yes, true.
But not so much like football.
Yeah.
So in general, I like what the Rockets are doing. They're all just country strong and immovable objects,
Texas
and they're playing small. So it's good, but everyone relax. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, I think now that LeBron is, and I don't want to make everything about LeBron, but the NBA, the best player over the last 15 years has been LeBron. With him out of the East, I don't think the Warriors have the incentive to make it to the finals and beat LeBron. I feel like every time they beat LeBron, it's a great team accomplishment, and now that he's not there, I don't know if the 1-2's there. They don't have the drive that you need to three-peat, and I don't think they will.
They feel a little different. They're going to three-peat.
It's
going to be okay.
Okay, next question. Joy, Kyrie's Celtics were never good enough to win an NBA championship. Wit it or quit it?
Wit it. I thought that they were going to make the Eastern Conference Finals, or make it to the finals.
Right.
I'm sorry. And that's probably not going to happen now. But no, I never thought that they were going to win a championship. And I don't know. Well, I guess Colin thought that they would win a championship over the Warriors.
I mean, they're without Gordon and Kyrie, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. So,
well, that's kind of the problem. And also the bigger, well, there's two things here. So everything's getting blamed on Kyrie, which it happens when you leave LeBron and you want your own team and you want to be the guy, you're going to take all the criticism. It's not entirely fair that it's all going on Kyrie, but that's how it works.
He is playing very bad.
Is he playing very bad?
Like,
very bad? He's not playing up to the level he needs to play. Very bad feels like
making the shots that he should make.
Yes.
For them to win.
He needs to put the team on his back, and he's not. That, though, I think falls into the Brad Stevens category. So no diss to Brad Stevens, but he's getting more credit than he deserves. His playoff record is 27-28. He has this impenetrable system that doesn't work with superstars. So that's great in college, but the NBA is about superstars. And you have Kyrie Irving, you have Jason Tatum, you have Gordon Hayward, you have Jaylen Brown, you have Terry Rozier. Like, you have incredible amount of talent. Yes, this should be working. You have the most talent. Figure it out. And it can't all be on Kyrie. Kyrie is not LeBron James. Kyrie is not Kevin Durant. Kyrie is not even Steph Curry. And that's no disrespect to Kyrie, because he is a top player in the league. Yeah. But you can't be out here bragging about how the system is and it's, what? Where? What happened? Where's the proof of this?
Yeah, there's no identity. Like, you look at the Celtics teams that have won championships, even ones that I didn't watch. I'm sure going into the playoffs, you could tell an identity with the Celtics. I don't know what this team is.
You have no idea what it is.
Bunch of Kyrie clones.
Kyrie needs the ball in order to be successful. He has to dribble around. Gordon Hayward, same thing. Needs to dribble, needs the ball. Jason Tatum, same thing. You have too much of the same thing,
Jaylen
and
Brown.
nobody knows their role. And that's what Kyrie Irving was complaining about at the beginning of the year. You have to know your role and accept it. The other problem is there's so many guys on this team that haven't been paid yet. So you're running into this conundrum where you have young guys who are super talented who are trying to prove their worth in the league so that they can get their contracts while also trying to win. It's just a complete, imbalance, and you've got to make adjustments to your system. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If John Wooden can make an adjustment, I feel like you can make an adjustment.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with the Celtics are what championship, NBA champion team do you know that their best player was a point guard? I can't see it, and you can argue about the Warriors, but Iguodala won the Finals MVP that year.
Well,
I'm saying in the playoffs in the series, so I'm saying I don't know if this team is built for that, and Giannis actually is as advertised.
that's the thing that's being lost in all this, in the Celtics dysfunction, is that Giannis has really put this series on his back. He's been incredible. Averaging 30.5 points per game, 52% shooting, 46.7% from the three. He's been absolutely incredible, which is nice because
50% from the free throw line.
In general, this whole dissing the MVP thing, he is proving everything that he was during the regular season is translating. But unfortunately, as great as he's been and as great as the Bucks have been, I feel like this is more about the Celtics and it's more about Brad Stevens than necessarily Kyrie Irving, because you have to be able to coach talent. This is not college. This is the NBA. You've got to be able to manage multiple superstars if you're going to win a championship in this league.
Yeah. Need another plane ride.
Another plane ride?
Yeah, they had a plane ride. Remember they was...
Scalabrini was on it.
The Kumbaya moment.
Yeah, long plane ride.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're all in the East. Okay. Joy, the Sixers starting five are too talented for Kawhi's Raptors. Wit it or quit it? Come on now.
Quit it.
What? How you get that?
I don't know. This series isn't over either. The series is not over.
Okay. So you like the Raptors in the series?
I'm sticking with the Raptors.
Really?
Yeah.
What have you seen from the Raptors?
That said, Kawhi Leonard. But that said, Kawhi is so out of here.
That's why I want him to leave. I think if he goes on a run with the Raptors, he might stay up there.
No, he
just chill.
He ain't staying there. Nope. He's been absolutely incredible. 32.3 points per game, 58.7 field goal percentage, 50 3-point percentage, 50% from three.
How many words out loud said per game you think from Kawhi? Or smiles,
look,
maybe?
Everyone gets upset that Kawhi doesn't talk. Kawhi doesn't talk. That's not news to anyone. It's just like the Kyler Murray height thing. Where have y'all been? That's how tall he is. He's been this tall forever.
Yeah.
And Kawhi doesn't talk. We know that. He also has hands the size of this table, and he just picks the ball up and does what he wants with it. Kawhi's incredible. And this is what I've been saying about Kawhi this entire time. I've been screaming this.
Yes.
Stop acting like y'all don't know who Kawhi Leonard is. When he was injured, everyone just forgot.
Yeah.
Y'all forgot. Kawhi's now I'm just going to dunk on everybody.
No, watching
all y'all fools, I'm not passing to nobody. I'm going to dominate this entire series, and then I'm going to go wherever the hell I want in the offseason.
Yeah, and watching him play is like watching the computer play, on All Pro or whatever. It's he's just doing all the perfect movements, no wasted, and he's no emotion during the entire time.
No, he doesn't have emotions, but it doesn't matter because he's just dominating.
Emotions are super overrated.
Siakam has been good.
Mm-hmm.
Siakam has been good. Lowry
It's hurt, kind of.
Yeah. And my take on the Sixers is basically that Jimmy Butler is going to leave, and whatever's left of this Sixers situation is not winning a championship. So I don't know what happens with the Sixers.
You don't believe in that starting five?
I want to.
Yeah.
I genuinely want to. They're fun to watch. I genuinely want to, but I don't.
All-stars.
If I'm keeping it all the way 100, I don't know.
Okay. We're short on time. We can finish this up. Blazers Nuggets. Let's get to the series that no one wants to talk about. Joy, Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers are too fatigued to get past the Denver Nuggets. Wit it or quit it?
Quit it. I think that the Blazers also win this series.
What?
I do. I really
limp it.
do. Now the Nuggets, this has been great for the Nuggets. It's been great for the league.
Yes.
Because Jokic has become a star and is getting a ton of respect, as he showed. Jamal Murray has exploded, which is great. Jokic is unexplainable. He's like a ginormous quarterback mountain thing.
Child.
Yeah.
He's just ginormous, and he just looks like if he bumps you, you have a bruise for the next 2 weeks. And he makes his free throws.
It's like Wong. The giant in Game of Thrones, the wildling giant, Wong.
Oh, with the beard.
He's
the
just
one
like
that's always drinking out of the yak horn or whatever?
That's Tormund, but the giant. He's like an actual giant. out there. You know what I mean? Just like
the beard guy's so much cooler.
know,
Anyway, I do think the Blazers still win. They have a more balanced team.
yes.
They had some issues with Jokic. If they keep Jokic's scoring down, he still has like 15 assists, so he's gonna be a problem. This is also gonna go 7, but I'm picking the Blazers still.
I just think the pace of this game is slow, and the slow-paced game better complements Denver's best players than the Blazers' best players.
Which is why they gotta speed it up.
And I don't think this is not getting speed up. As long as the marathon, the 4 overtime game was, this entire series is going to keep going.
Best game of the whole playoffs, though.
Really?
Yes. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was fun watching CJ McCollum kind of take over a little bit.
Great.
And yeah, it was fun stuff.
Hear ye, hear ye. The Browns are being petty. So Odell, in his kilt, made a bold prediction at the Met Gala last night, talking about Baker Mayfield and the Browns' future. He said, I would say he's next, but I feel like he's now. He's Brett Favre. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. I plan on being there for the next 5 years and trying to bring as many championships there as possible, turning the Browns into the new Patriots. Of course, everyone freaks out because anytime you talk about the Patriots, people remind you that you are not the Patriots.
No.
And you will never be the Patriots.
20 years to do it.
And it's a very long time. It did not take 5 years. It took 18 years.
Right.
The Patriots have won 6 Super Bowls since 1999. The Browns have had 1 playoff appearance in that time. Their last playoff appearance, 2002. I was in high school. They lost to the Steelers. Butch Davis was the coach of that team.
Woo!
Great college coach.
Davis.
Yeah, their last playoff win was coincidentally against the Patriots. Bill Belichick. They went on, where was that? Who did they lose to after that? The Steelers. Oh, Steelers beat their ass every time.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Browns have had 30 starting quarterbacks since 1999. And I
don't
say all
bring
this,
the
these are all
quarterbacks
things that we
into
know. Okay, 30. That's a lot. I know we all know all these stats. And listen, we're very pro Odell around here. We're actually very pro Browns. I said, which I feel the need to remind everyone, I said that Baker Mayfield should have started from day one. I was right about that. And I'm glad that the Browns are interesting because nobody likes a dud. Despite what the Browns fans think, nobody wants the Browns to be bad. No. That sucks for everyone. It's just a dead game, which is not. They were really exciting last year. They're going to be incredibly exciting this year. They're going to be must-watch television. That said, I would really like for the Browns to just create your culture. It doesn't always have to be about we've arrived and we're here and we're the Patriots and we're going to the Super Bowl, and it's just like chill because we don't need another Jaguars in our life, okay? And I'm all about aiming high.
Yes.
Because if you aim low, achieve low, all right?
Yeah,
aim high, say that you want to win championships, say that you want to establish a culture of winning, but take the process appropriately. I am a big, like all jokes aside, I'm a very big believer in the process. I don't believe in the cheap way to success because it doesn't have any sustainability. I'm trying to have generational wealth around this bitch, okay?
Amen.
And that is what the Browns should be trying to do also. Stop trying to be good this year. Be good for the rest of your career.
Yeah.
Create an environment that is about development, that is about consistency, that is about actual goals that translate into winning long term. It can't always be about right now.
Yeah, I'm with you, but also, and like you said, aim high. This is a comparison league. No one really understands, oh, we're going to be good. Are you going to be good? Like, how good? Like, who? And you always have to put a name on it. But, like, the Browns can't get Odell Beckham from the Giants, have Baker Mayfield as #1 draft pick overall last year, and say, you know what, we're going to be the next Baltimore Ravens.
No, you don't have to be the next anything. Just say, you have to say the right things. Freddie Kitchens said the right thing.
Yes.
Freddie Kitchens, to his credit, and I don't know what to expect.
Head coach.
I don't know what to expect from Freddie Kitchens. Nobody does, because he's never even been an offensive coordinator, let alone a head coach at any level. But he said the right thing. You didn't do shit last year. You came in 3rd place in your division. That means you beat the Bengals. That should be baseline for any team. Okay? It's the Bengals. So while I'm happy for their improvement, create a culture. That's all anyone's asking. I don't care about the Browns in general. Like, if they end up being bad, it's not going to affect my life in any way. If they're good, then great. We have more stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So it's not a hater space. I think that you have to establish a culture of winning, and that starts at the beginning, which is where you are. You are at the starting line. Last year was gone. Last year, you had Baker come in through the season. Like, there was a lot of changes. Now you have a fresh start. Create a culture where it's like we are going to develop into a team and not just put together all this talent. And so we have all these expectations, and then it becomes a disappointment.
I'm with you. But I do think they're going to be great. They're going to win the AFC North. The Browns are going to win the AFC North, and it's not too big of a feat considering what's left of the AFC North after last year.
Seattle's going to win it still.
You would say that.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
It's time for high key, low key.
All right, high key. Kevin Durant is in a New York state of mind. Low key, yes. I'm very excited about this. So the Knicks have almost $73 million in salary cap space this summer, which people are kind of forgetting about. They have space for 2 max deals without having to move anybody.
I was about to say, what does that compare to the next best person?
They have the most space.
Okay,
They have the most space.
okay.
They are king.
They can
king of New York.
afford a Kevin Durant style superstar.
Correct, and then another one because they have 2 max spots. So the last time the Knicks won a title was 1973. Before that was 1970. So it's been a little while. Last time with the finals was 1999. Also been a little while. Last time they made the playoffs was 2013. So obviously everyone's looking at the Knicks situation. It's not the most ideal basketball situation.
Right.
However, this is where I stand with this. I feel like it's happening. First of all, Vegas also feels like it's happening. They made them like I think they're top 5 or the 5th best odds to win a title. Vegas.
The 6th best odds.
6th best odds. Still pretty good. And I think that's because even though they won 17 games last year, that probably has something to do with the idea that they think Kevin Durant is going there.
It would have to.
That would be the swing.
Yes.
In that situation.
And
Now they
lottery
also
pick.
have the same they're tied with the Suns and the Cavs at 14% chance of getting the number 1 overall pick. So, sports gods, we'd appreciate it if you not give the number 1 pick to the Suns or the Cavaliers, just in general. We need this.
Yes.
The Knicks being good elevates the rest of the league. Now, you can say what you want about the Knicks, and look, they've had terrible ownership, and there's no 2 ways about it. It's a disaster at the ownership situation.
Yes.
That said, he did put together the only black front office in the entire league with Fizdale, Scott Perry, and Steve Mills.
Amen.
So he did do that, which he deserves
Credit. He
Are we gonna say
does.
credit?
He does.
He did put that together.
Or whoever told him to do that
Right.
does. Yes.
But the rest of the situation and what he's done has been a disaster. But the thing with Kevin Durant is we all know Kevin Durant is not the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
In the same way that LeBron was never really the Miami Heat's, he's not the Golden State Warriors. If he can win a championship in New York after already winning what we imagine will be 3 this year, well, you don't think they're going to win, but I still think they're going to win. So if he wins 3 championships in Golden State and goes to New York and wins a championship in New York, he will be in the conversation of the greatest of all time, and it will be very difficult to argue against that. Because
that.
the magnitude of the New York Knicks, even though they have been terrible, is just not comparable. They're the number 1 most profitable franchise in the league, despite their dysfunction and lack of winning. It's just, I'm very excited about it, and I really hope that it happens. AKA it's going to happen, because Vegas said so.
I would like to see Vegas odds for Kevin Durant's chances to join the Warriors, just to compare movement and how they've dictated where Kevin Durant goes.
I don't know how Vegas does their thing, but they make decisions, and then it sometimes happens. All right, high key, Chance the Rapper is the hero we need, but not the one we deserve.
Always
and-
has been.
Yes, and low key, we're gonna be eating good. So, Chance the Rapper tweeted positive affirmations for today. Those are important to have. I will have a good day. Yes. I will succeed today. Yes. Wendy's will bring back spicy nuggets at some point. Please, please, Lord, let it be today. And Wendy's, like many fast food restaurants, checks their mentions. Y'all keep asking, so here's your chance. This is according to Wendy's, responding to Chance the Raptor. Why do I keep calling the Raptor?
I love Chance the Raptor.
Chance
we
the
did. We
Rapper.
said it once before, and now it's a thing.
It's a sports show. The people in charge, that's a good raptor. The people in charge say if you guys can get our tweet, this one right here, to 2 million likes, they will bring spicy chicken nuggets back. Let's freaking do this. Then Wendy tweeted, this is not a drill. Spicy chicken nuggets are coming back. Y'all are crazy. It took like a day and a half. What? I don't know why they're writing so much. We don't know when yet. Got to figure it out soon. And okay, losing it right now. This is amazing. We just like live tweeting for real. Can we get them to drop the same day as the album? I need them together. That is what Chance the Rapper
Yes.
responded to Wendy's. So thank you, Chance the Rapper.
Yes.
We appreciate it. Spicy chicken nuggets are excellent eats.
I heard.
I haven't been to Wendy's in a very long time because the way my body is set up,
With the fast food, when it comes in.
is not it's not well received in my age.
Right.
So I can't consume a lot
in
of fast
LA.
food. But Wendy's is a very underrated fast food restaurant.
It is top echelon. It's like when you're traveling for a long road and you're like, I don't want all things. If you see a Wendy's sign, you know you can at least get a quality meal
Yes.
in the belly for the rest of the trip.
Right. And you will be full and you will have only minor guilt.
I mean, yeah, minor guilt. The crispy chicken sandwiches. Honestly, the best barbecue you can get in a fast food restaurant.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, it's a robust. It's sweet and spicy. It's a dark, rich color.
All I know is their chili is fire. They have Frosties.
They was the first person to bring out the chilies.
Which, I mean, forget a McFlurry. If you have not eaten a Frosty with the dipping of the fry, with the dipping of the fry and the Frosty.
And when they went to vanilla, they've been innovators this whole time.
The whole time. And that's why they have square burgers.
Fresh, never frozen.
And we don't ask questions.
Never frozen. They ain't been bragging
throw the bacon
about
on it, it's fire. But anyway, the spicy chicken nuggets are back. We're very excited about it. Yes. Thank you very much, Chance the Rapper. And finally, high key, the Met Gala was lit. Mm-hmm. It's very camp, which is why Brandon is dressed like a complete weirdo today. He's being camp. Low key, no pod time this year.
What do you?
Here we go. This is how I explain. Okay. Now, Tom Brady is pod. There's Pod Tom and there's Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Pod Tom was at last year's Met Gala. Yes. You can spot Pod Tom very easily because when he doesn't sweat.
Yes.
And he looks much like this.
Yes, it's the
with
shine.
A slight gap.
Yes.
Just the slightest bit of gap for the oxygen to make the pod thing function. And is a very strange, not quite Trump orange, not quite Trump orange, but just a shade too orange for the proper natural spray tan.
It's not skin color.
Correct.
Right.
But it looks fun. Because the theme was fun. Mm-hmm. Odell wore a kilt. Serena Williams had her off-whites on.
Yes.
She looked fly. Cardi B was had this ridiculous
comforter.
I don't know what it was. It was just huge.
Yeah.
And Katy Perry, according to Ashley, was an ugly chandelier, which I actually don't disagree with.
She wore 2 chandeliers. J-Lo.
Yeah, J-Lo looked nice.
And Kim Kardashian took drip to another level, actually having jewels drip off her. And we just we.
It wasn't my favorite Met Gala look.
And also our RP drip. We done with drip.
All right, we're done with drip.
Yes.
But it's not Pod Tom because what is that? That's not camp. You have the opportunity to go completely over the top with whatever it is you're wearing, and you wore a velvet sport coat?
Well, he usually doesn't wear color. And then
is
now
that what it is?
No, I see some of him. He's had a different sports coat on before.
It's regular Tom. Regular Tom was like, you know what, Giselle, we're not wearing feathers and sequins. I'm going to get very edgy with my purple shade of velvet sport coat. So it's regular Tom.
He looked good too. They look good.
They do look good. They look excellent. They look beautiful.
I don't like his copy. He said, "We are now your mom and dad." On Instagram when he posted the picture, I don't like that type of rhetoric. I have a father and a mother. It's not Tom Brady and Giselle, but you know what I mean. They look good.
All I know is it wasn't Pod Tom. Pod Tom would have worn a boa. Because he would have no problem, because Pod Tom doesn't have an opinion.
Oh, where's Pod Tom?
Where is Pod Tom?
Where's Pod Tom?
Loser Power Rankings.
Loser Power Rankings. These are the losers of the week.
Okay, let's start with hype videos. So, Colin Cowherd and I, noon to 3 Eastern on FS1.
Hey.
We have become the hype video detectives. We started with Josh Rosen, the Cardinals. We personally, not the internet, discovered that Josh Rosen was not featured in
your detective
the hype video. That's actually not true. A lot of people knew before we did. But we talked about it, and then mysteriously, the second hype video got released a little bit later, which was their away games, and Josh Rosen had 1 or 2 appearances in it. Obviously, now we know. In hindsight, Josh Rosen has moved on to Miami, and they drafted Kyler Murray. So, in continuing hype video news, the Giants have decided to put out a hype video with Daniel Jones, which features Daniel Jones at camp.
Yeah.
Throwing a lot of check down passes. Now, here's the thing. I appreciate that the NFL is trying to take a page out of the NBA's playbook, if you will.
Yes.
And, hyping up stars, which I talk about a lot. Elevate your stars. Take advantage of social media. Market your players. All cool. My thing is the caption, dropping dimes. I know it's hard to pick captions. I struggle with it a lot. I generally just use an emoji when I can't figure it out. But, just it felt a little bit like, you have to accept this as an actual hype video.
Number 6 pick. Take it.
And so you may see a hype video of us, with a similar amount of effort later this week.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Check down Brandon.
Hype, yes. Just one Patrick Mahomes style pass. This is all we're asking
Maybe
for.
it wasn't the drill for that. Maybe it was a 9-on-7 thing, and it was just
the music.
The linebackers
the music
were out
for
there.
it is incredible.
It's pretty techno-y bad. It's techno-y bad.
What did you say? It sound like a Surge commercial? Oh, man. All right. So the Kentucky Derby is our next loser. The Kentucky Derby, the fastest 2 minutes in sports. Very exciting stuff. And then Maximum Security won. And as it always does, the Kentucky Derby, it rained a lot.
Yes.
And then they took it away from Maximum Security and they gave it to Country House. And
2 out of a turn.
Apparently, I did not know this, but there are lanes. You're supposed to stay in this laneless mud track that horses run on.
So you know about staying in your lane?
I don't stay in my lane ever.
Yeah, okay. Well, but you're aware of it.
I'm aware there are people that should stay in their lane.
Okay.
I am not one of the people that stays in the lane.
Right.
Unless there is an actual physical lane,
right,
like on the road,
right,
where there's
no
lines
crossing.
that everyone is encouraged to, for the protection of others, stay in one's lane.
Of course.
In a horse race where there's no visible lanes, and we're also talking about an animal.
Athlete, some would call them. But yes, I got you.
So anyway, that was one thing. So they changed up the end of it. Now they're appealing. So we're in like a New Orleans Saints type of situation. It's going to get weird. Also, that cannot be your replay center. Okay, it cannot be your replay center. This is the Super Bowl of horse racing. I'm gonna need you to at least humor us with some doo-wockles and some bejeebies and some things. Okay, like at least the NFL and the NBA humor us, and they put this giant like all these screens and buttons, and it looks like the inside of the Willy Wonka factory, and like that's so we can believe, you know, that they're watching those. And we know it's just Adam Silver and Roger Goodell saying yay or nay on the phone over a text message. Like, yeah, no, that's out. But you humor us with a room that makes us feel like there's somebody reviewing this,
or at least like a real close-up angle to the one screen they're looking at and like pulling out to see like that it's like a really big screen.
That room looks like a room that you edit your college video projects in. That's what that room looks like.
An hour in that room at a time.
Yes.
Yeah. Headphones issued by the library.
Completely unacceptable. Okay, and finally, Game of Thrones was everywhere this week. Aside from being the greatest show in television history, they also happened to leave a coffee cup, which everyone was assumed was a Starbucks cup, in one of the scenes. The internet freaked out. All the nerds were like, what? They drink Starbucks?
It's all a lie, Joy.
I'm not gonna. It's hard to call your shots retroactively, but at that moment, because I didn't see it until the next morning. At that moment, I felt taken out.
We felt weird.
I felt taken out of the scene at that moment when the Starbucks Club was just in the background, foreground, whatever it was at the time. It was there.
Well, I don't know how this happens because there's 10,000 eyeballs on this at all times.
10,000 sets.
I don't know how it gets to the point where it actually airs with the coffee cup in it.
Yes.
I feel like all the actors, maybe the actors haven't watched yet.
They've been waiting so long to release these things. They've been sitting on this footage for this has been in the can with the Starbucks cup there for months.
For so long. Who checks that? I don't know.
I don't watch Game of Thrones, so help me out. What was the other major talking point from this week?
Oh my God, so much happened. I really enjoyed the episode.
Yeah.
I really did.
But because the only thing that made the internet was that cup, so that I'm just a little suspicious.
Fair. Well, there was
cup.
only one. I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's only one major death, and it kind of felt inevitable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Although it's about to hit the fan next week, though.
We keep saying that You keep saying next week, and guess what? We're running out of weeks in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, we running out of weeks.
Last week.
I know, but it didn't. Then the fan got turned off or something. They put the
fan
fan in the freezer.
That fan got hit. Now there's another fan that's got to get hit. By the way, I'm still maintaining Cersei ain't going nowhere on y'all bitches.
Listen.
She ain't going nowhere.
Listen,
you see those shoulder pads? Bitches ready for war. War for real.
Agreed. But I'm coming off of the best of all time because the narratives are getting crazy. At this point in time, they can tell us anything and do anything with this narrative, and we're like, all right, I guess.
Well, we're past the books now.
That's the problem. Read more and write more. Create more, guys.
All right, what's in the culture report this week?
Lil Wayne and Blink-182 have announced that they are teaming up and going on tour together for the summer with a punk rock opening act called Neck Deep. To promote this unique collaboration, Weezy F Baby and Travis Barker's band released a Linkin Park, Jay-Z, Collision Course style mashup of Lil Wayne's "A Milli" and Blink-182's "What's My Name Again." No information at all says that this concert is like a mashup concert, just like them doing individual songs. But anyways, tickets go on sale Friday, May 10th, livenation.com. Joy, are you and Earl going to the Forum August 8th to see Blink-182 and Lil Wayne?
What's the date?
May 10th or May 8th.
May 8th.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
what?
August
That's a
8th.
day.
August 8th.
Who says that?
August 8th. I'm dyslexic, I think, some little thing. August 8th is when they coming. The tickets go on sale this Friday, May 10th.
You're like, what's her name on Miss Congeniality? What's her name? I know Sandra Bullock's name is Gracie Lou Freebush. What's the other one's name?
Oh, no one's gonna get that deep
The
cut.
Perfect Date.
No
Everyone
one's
knows
gonna get
this.
that.
And
I know,
it's
but
April
like we're not getting that
25th.
now.
It's the perfect date.
April 25th.
Anyway, no, I don't think we're going. But it's cool. I'm into it.
If they're
Wayne drops he drops songs like this every once in a while. He'll drop a track, Prom Queen.
But you know what happened with Collision Course? They put out a whole album of a bunch of songs together, and then put out the tour after that. This is just like them separately going on tour
before the tour.
It seemed like wild disrespect when you brought up the Linkin Park one.
That's what I'm saying. Like
they're trying to do that, but they're not.
No. And what is his age again? The guy singing. I don't know. Blink-182.
What's my age again?
He's
What's
old.
my age
okay,
again?
let me finish this. Okay, this week in the Culture Report, we're reporting on Migos coming up with a new album, possibly Culture 3. Both Culture 1 and Culture 2 debuted at number 1 in the Billboard charts. Believe in Sinking, Broke, Don't Fix It. The first Culture album was an extension of the mixtapes that I fell in love with. Culture 2 wasn't for me. Tracks like Motorsport, Stir Fry, Walk It, Talk It, Narcos, you can't deny they had hits on the album, but in my opinion, it was just a mix of a bunch of verses that they were waiting to put out on their individual projects. Do you want to hear a Culture 3 from Migos?
Yes, I want to hear anything that Migos
No,
puts
I just
out.
think they should do something else, like maybe a no label 3 or just a new series completely. But Quavo tweeted at Migos brothers, it's time. I think they need to get together and create. We need something for the summer. What's the summer song right now?
Ooh, good question.
Right, like every summer you have a hip hop hit.
I heard Quavo in that John Wick 3 commercial.
Yeah.
So
Come on.
maybe
I haven't
that.
seen any John
They
Wick
also have that
movies.
Mountain
You
Dew
have
commercial.
to see John Wick.
They got that Mountain Dew commercial song. That's good too.
Pick it up. Always pick the wrist.
Hey.
Let's splash on the wrist.
Splash, splash.
That's a
Allergic
shot you can't miss.
to Diet Mountain Dew.
You're to which Mountain Dew?
Diet Mountain Dew. I'm very allergic to it.
Why
You
the
know that
diet
Skip
part?
Bayless only drinks Diet Mountain Dew.
Oh yes,
He
I
refers
know,
to it as the nectar of the gods.
And it kind of is.
Which, as we all know, is of course coffee. But
Right,
for
right,
Skip,
that's true.
it's Diet Mountain Dew.
Liquid cocaine.
He drinks one every single day.
Yep.
Skip from the
And
Appalachians.
We're done there. Every single day he drinks it,
Mm-hmm.
and I completely lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
Diet Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew.
You're allergic to it.
I'm very allergic to Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And I've told him this. Like, I can't. Like, if we spill it, it's gonna be a problem. Because I get hives. I get hives.
If you smell it,
If it spills, like if it were to spill.
if it spills on your skin, Joy, it's an issue.
I don't know.
We're calling the
I
ambulance.
haven't touched it in so long. The last time I drank it, I broke out in hives all over my entire body.
Wow. Is that the only thing you're allergic to?
That's a blessing, I think.
Probably.
No, she's allergic to turkey legs.
I am allergic to turkey legs.
Turkey
correct.
leg, that's good. It's
I am
important to know. It's
I am
important to
allergic
know.
to turkey legs. I'm
gotta
actually
know.
allergic to all turkey except for Thanksgiving turkey.
There you
I don't
go.
think that's how allergies work.
Yeah, it is. I'm allergic to Kentucky bluegrass.
I got food poisoning. Two times I got food poisoning was after I ate turkey.
Okay, well,
That's
you
not
can't.
how allergies
don't
work
take,
still.
Yeah, you don't take
Yeah.
you having to go to the bathroom after eating some turkey and because you're allergic. Your inside's allergic to
Having to
turkey.
go to the bathroom is not how food poisoning works.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us this week
Yay.
on Maybe I'm Crazy Podcast. Make sure you go and subscribe on YouTube, Maybe I'm Crazy Podcast, at Maybe I'm Crazy Pod on all our social pages. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, YouTube,
Yep.
iHeartMedia app. So there's no escaping us no matter what you want to do.
Yes.
Share with your friends, comment, like. We
Yes.
appreciate the support. Camp Brandon will not be back next week. It'll just
No.
be regular Brandon.
Yes.
He's dressed up for the Met Gala.
Hey.
And I want to give a little shout out to Brenda Tracy, settheexpectation.org. She's actually a sexual assault survivor, and she goes around and talks to colleges.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
About like how to handle sexual assault. And
How'd
she
you
talks
meet
to football
Brenda?
teams. We don't know each other actually. I just bought the
okay.
shirt to support.
Oh, awesome.
But you can go and check it out. She does a really good job.
Cool.
She talks to like college teams, and I don't know, she probably does pro teams too, just about like sexual assault on campus, and she does a really good job of educating about that. So anyway, that's what my shirt is, and you can check it out, settheexpectation.org. Thanks for joining us this week.
Hey.
We will catch you next week, and Brandon's update is posted on Friday mornings everywhere, just to keep you updated on everything that goes on during the week, because a lot's happening this week. So go and check that out as well.
Bye.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not.